indeed an honor to me, and I would like to say that the new discovery from the Western Ghats is a new genus, not a new species. So genus is a very high taxon, and even I could not discover a genus till now, even though I have discovered more than 100 new species. So it is indeed an honor given to me and my team, who have tried to bring fish taxonomy, freshwater fish taxonomy in India to this level. So I'm really grateful to that. In fact, taxonomy is a science which have been ignored for quite some time. The fish taxonomy was flourishing during the time of Dr. Sundarlal Hora. After his demise in 1954, then this science was declining, and taxonomy science was regarded as an outdated field, and it is confined only to the museums and the dusty old literature. But in fact, taxonomy is a science of finding, describing and giving a name to a plant or animal. Before we start any study on biology, it is very essential that a species, an animal or plant is correctly identified. A plant should have, an animal should have only one name, and that name should refer to that particular animal or plant. So this is the starting point of every study. This science was neglected for quite some time, but after many years, people have recognized slowly that this is a science which cannot be neglected. So actually, when I visited Italy in 1996, and when I was reading a paper, then scientists from Europe and around the world, they were having a very negative opinion about Indian scientists, because whenever we describe a new thing, they think that it is a synonym of all of the described species. So actually it has become a challenge for me. And when I came back to India, I have met a team of scientists, my own students, then scientists from different parts of the country, and I organized so many workshops for fish taxonomy. Then slowly it has come up, and it has come up to the international standard. And now our work has been recognized abroad as well as in different parts of the country. Actually, I started my research in the early 80s. By the time there was no facility for research in Manipur University. By the time it was a postgraduate center of JNU. And even then I was doing my work on a fish identification collection and going to Zoological Survey of India, Kolkata, and getting it identified. And so that was going on. And in 1979, I got a job in college, in Manipur College. I served there for 5 years. After that, in 1984, when I got PhD, I joined Manipur University. So since then, from the early 80s till my retirement last year, 2019, I was continuing my research on the taxonomy of freshwater fish, of not only Manipur but also for the whole northeast, then eastern Himalaya, even to Sikkim, then some work I have done in Uttarakhand also. And we have landed to Mizoram, and we have the Kaladan River there, and it is totally new. Whatever we have collected turns out to be new thing. So actually we have started in Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, then Manipur-Burma border. These are the works, and we have described more than 100 new species of fish so far. I applied the fellowship for writing a book of the fishes of the Eastern Himalaya, because I have contributed some, and many of our young colleagues have also contributed from different parts of Eastern Himalaya. All the literature are scattered. So my objective is to bring all those scattered literature in one book, that is freshwater fishes of the Eastern Himalayas. And my project of UGC for 3 years is meant for that, and I'm working on that now. Manipur and the whole Northeast India, whole Eastern Himalaya, I should say. Eastern Himalaya is the region which is covering the southern part of Nepal, the whole northeast of India, then some part of Burma, then southern part of Yunnan province of China. So these all constitute the Eastern Himalayan region. And this is declared as the freshwater biodiversity hotspot. And here, so many new things are there, and scientists have never visited some of the parts, even for Manipur also, interior parts, and where it is expected that so many species are awaiting discovery. And unless we know the biodiversity of this region, then how can we go ahead for conservation? So first of all, my inspiration, my suggestion to the future workers is that, as I said in the earlier statement also, that for any biological study, correct species identification is the starting point. And for that, we need to discover and describe whatever undescribed species or genus of plants and animals which are there in this region first. Then we can think of conservation. Which species is threatened, which species is endangered. That part will come later, but first is discovery and document them. And this is what I wish to give a message to the young workers, because we are sitting on the hotspot and we have to do it. We have to find it and describe it, and then only we can think of conservation. That is why particularly scientists and students who are working in this region should concentrate their work on the discovery and making a database of all the species available in this region.